What's up, YouTube? CTS and Retro Hub here. Kind of an impromptu video. So, I was just playing a round of DB, and I match up against Gigavise. This is game 3, and yeah, I actually broke the Unbreakable board, and it's very rare, I think, especially for Vayu to break it if they go first, and they do go off. So, I just wanted to like show this game. But yeah, this is pretty sick. But yeah, let's get into it. He opens turn 1, standard shit. $66 does round up to 100, as we all know, right? So here he has the Unbreakable board. This is it. It's all because of this card that this is possible. So yeah, this is crazy. I was debating on testing this against Gigavise. Turns out it works out pretty well if you can manage to get a Black Rose player, which is what I do here. So yeah, I looked up just in case if my body didn't work on starters for some reason, but it does work. Yeah, so we had the normal this, special Greffer by discarding the Gores. Then we go into Stardust, or Black Rose, my body. And it fucking resolved. Oh, dude, it was sick. But he sent me back 2 turns, which was kind of shitty. But this is best case scenario, obviously. Someone with Vayu. Hold on. I want to see his hand here. Okay, so he top decked the Supervised Bad Mark of the Rose. No, I have to set the Greffer. He top decks the perfect fucking card. He does win this, obviously. I could have won that game. I could have won that game by breaking the Unbreakable board in Edison format with fucking my body as a shield. That card is great. That card is fucking awesome. Yeah, so this is what I'm playing for Vayu. I was on Vayu for like 7 months, but decided to change it up to Hero Frogs for a while. I am enjoying it so far, but I always love to go back to Vayu every now and then. It's the Sizzle 41, the main deck. I'm not even gonna talk about it. There's no point. The side deck, I'm like switching up immensely. I went down from 2 Crow to 1. As much as I hate it, again, you don't want to draw 2 of it, and like in Vayu specifically, the matchups where like you want to have 2 Crow like against the fast decks, combo decks, like you could kill them fast. So that's why I'm like, okay, in Vayu I don't really want to draw 2 of them. So the only confliction I'm having here is adding a Lightning Vortex. But I love this card specifically against Blackwings. Obviously, if they go Icarus, they go minus, and you could just do whatever the fuck you want. But otherwise, like I don't know what else to cut for Lightning Vortex. I like Kaiku over the 3rd Greffer for those certain matchups, and obviously your stuff can't get crowed or anything like that. And actually, while we're on the topic with Crow against Vayu, I wanted to talk about that a little bit too in this video. So obviously shout outs to the GOAT, Sizzle fucking Eric Shen, like the dude's cracked in every which way possible. For the discussion that he obviously just tells everyone in his videos for Crow versus the Mirror when he plays it, he says it's not that good for him because it gets deck dev'd, it fuels their banished for return and burial. The counter argument I personally want to make against it, or I was talking to a few people at my locals and we were discussing it, about how like most of us pretty much side Crow against Vayu, and we made a couple key points I just want to talk about in this video. Again, no shade to Eric. If it works for him, he's a fucking god. He can do whatever the hell he wants. No shade towards him at all. This is just a topic of debate. That's all. Disclaimer. So Crow against Vayu. Yes, it gets DDV'd. You could chain the Crow when they DDV. If they have something live in the grave, you could also potentially control their dark count to play around that if you wanted to. And also for the fueling for Burial and Return, if you don't have Crow and they decide to activate the Vayu or the Plague, potentially this is mainly towards Vayu, but you actually fuel their banish less because there's not a second card getting banished when they activate Vayu when you just Crow a specific, or specifically just a Vayu or just a Sirocco, depending on what their grave looks like. That point, as well as I like to bring up, most of the time when Vayu goes for Plague, it's like almost a last resort as like one of their big power moves in the deck, you know? I feel like crowing a Plague against Vayu is just so huge for the person playing Crow that like it stops a lot of their plans. Like, you know, if they don't have follow-up with Dad or something big like a return or something, like it makes Vayu a lot harder to do what they have to do to play around the current board state. So those are just a couple points I wanted to bring up with Crow. I like it against Vayu personally. I know plenty of people that do. Some people don't. It works for them, you know, obviously. But that's just the little talk I wanted to have about Crow versus Vayu. Obviously, playing Vayu, like, you don't want to draw 2 Crow, which kind of sucks. In general, you don't want to draw 2, but like for frogs. So this side deck's a little different. It's something I'm just testing out. What I'm currently using, like for locals and stuff, you could check that out on my profile. I'll pin it up top. It's on 2 Crow. I like 2 Crow in Hero Frog because you really need something to like slow them down if they're going fast against you and attempting to kill you fast, which is this deck's issue. So like I want to see Crow, and if I have 2, like, you know, so be it. Like eventually it'll get used for some reason. But like again, for the Vayu matchup, you know, I could definitely see just playing 1/2. But yeah, just a quick little impromptu video because you know, it's just something that came up. I just wanted to talk about it. But yeah, to get this deck out of here. Hello.
Okay, lay out the pieces, open the glue, take a sniff, and this will be my life now.
But yeah, just a quick little 10-minute video. I just want to talk about it and showed that I broke the Unbreakable board with this awesome card. But yeah, comment what I should take out for Lightning Vortex. Maybe a second rug, but like frogs are popular. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy this little topic of conversation. Any feedback about the Crow topic, you know, put down in the comments below what you think. Hope you enjoyed the little comeback. It's the first time that I've ever like broke that board, and like it's super hard to do, obviously. So, but yeah, no, I thought it was pretty cool. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm out. Peace.